Hello and welcome viewers. Joining us right now is a very special guest, Member of Parliament, Mr. Baijayant Panda. So welcome to Sansad TV and thank you so much for joining us. You led a very important delegation to very important countries like Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Algeria, Bahrain. So tell us about your experience and the biggest takeaways for you.
The experience was fantastic. You know, we had this group that represented the true India, the true Bharat. The 8 of us were from different regions. We spoke different mother tongues. We are from different parties. And between the 8 of us, there were 5 religions. And yet we all spoke in one voice, and it was for India. One of the reasons the experience was excellent was that our Prime Minister, Modi ji, has worked incessantly for the last 11 years all over the world, but especially in this part of the world, the Middle East, Gulf countries, West Asia, which traditionally had been neglected. They said so. But our Prime Minister had built phenomenal relationships with the leaderships of those countries. And the bilateral relationships with these countries have transformed. So we were very pleasantly surprised at how close we were in outlook. Now, these are all Islamic countries, and Pakistan for decades has cultivated them and tried to use that as a weapon, really. But over the last many years, these countries and Pakistan have diverged in many important ways.
Yes.
So these countries have seen tremendous internal reforms. They have cracked down very hard on jihadism, against fundamentalism. Pakistan has done just the opposite. Now these countries have been the victims of terrorism, of Al-Qaeda, of ISIS, and have taken very strong action, similar to what we have taken. So they understand where we are coming from. Now Pakistan is a state sponsor of terrorism. And finally, one more thing, some of these countries have helped Pakistan in past years, financially. Now Pakistan has taken that money and misused it. While these countries themselves have developed roads, schools, hospitals, Pakistan has not developed. It has tens of millions of children who are not in school. And this money has been diverted and used for terrorism. And most importantly, these countries, some of these countries, are on the UN Security Council, which has sanctioned some of these terrorists who are openly operating in Pakistan. Also, some of these GCC countries are on the FATF task force, the Financial Action Task Force, which had sanctioned Pakistan and put it on the grey list for some years. That's when terrorism had gone down. Now, so they completely understand what Pakistan is and what we are, and they have a completely different view. So it was a very, very good experience.
So did the sense prevail that terrorism doesn't understand boundaries, it has no religion, and one has to come together to fight this menace?
We must understand that Pakistan is sponsoring terrorism which is intended to create disharmony within India. So the horrific aspect of the April 22nd terrorist attack was they identified people by religion and killed them. Now, again, let me emphasize, these are Islamic countries that we visited, and they not only don't subscribe to this philosophy, they are very strict against terrorism. You know, they've all suffered from terrorism, but one of these countries, Algeria, has actually had attacks by terrorists trained in Pakistan, Peshawar, in the 1990s. So they are very clear that there has to be zero tolerance for terrorism. You know, as I told you, some of them have had real threat from ISIS and Al-Qaeda, and they remember how Pakistan sheltered Osama bin Laden for all those years, kept lying about it until the Americans went in and took him out. Now, similarly, there are dozens of Osama bin Ladens now roaming around freely in Pakistan, and these are sanctioned terrorists by the US, by UN Security Council. It's not just India's, it's our word versus theirs. These are well known, well understood. So our job was made that much easier because of all these reasons. But we had gone with a message to these countries who are our friends. The message was about new India's new normal, Naya Bharat's Naya normal. And they appreciated where we are coming from. They have gone through some of these similar exercises, experiences. And under the Modi government, this decision that we can't sit tight while they kill Indians, which we did in the past, we've tried everything. We've tried treaties, we've tried cricket diplomacy, we've tried bus diplomacy, we've had agreements with them on land and water, but they've misused all of that. So the fact that we will hit back, the fact that we will target terrorists, we don't want to target Pakistani civilians, and we will not escalate on to hitting their armed bases until they do the same. Also, we have got another element to our fight against terrorism, which is Operation Sindoor, which is economic sanctions. It's about stopping trade. It's about stopping visas, shipping, water. And all this, as our Prime Minister has articulated, they're kept in abeyance. That's because, we have nothing against the people of Pakistan. We want that the Pakistani establishment, its army, must mend its ways, must give up its policy of sponsoring terror. And then we will respond with enormous friendship. The Prime Minister has tried very hard. He's invited them, he's gone there, he's appealed to Pakistan to say that let's not fight each other, let's fight poverty together. That's what we want to nudge them into moving towards.
So that's a very legit point that you're making. And before we wrap up this conversation, tell us about the perception of Operation Sindoor in these countries.
Pakistan has a massive propaganda operation. They try to claim that they've done so many things and all that. The reality is, people also understand these countries, they understand Pakistan very well. They also known Pakistan for a very long time. They see Pakistan as a problem child. They see India as an opportunity, as a fantastic opportunity, fourth largest economy in the world. They want to be associated with us for economic ties and military ties. By the way, the Modi government has entered into military cooperation with some of these countries, and we are already having joint military exercises. And they want to cooperate with us on international fora, and they want to take a stand against terrorism. So all this goes very well. So they understand Pakistan's propaganda. Pakistan is a country, its history books still say that they won 1971 war. I mean, they can't explain to their children how they lost East Pakistan, which is now Bangladesh. But they claim they won all the wars, despite the whole world knowing better. So this is a standard Pakistani tactic. Make a horrible attack through terrorists, then claim innocence, then try to have nuclear blackmail, get the world worried that nuclear blackmail has been exposed. Our new normal means retaliation has cost them very heavily. They also realize that Pakistan's claims against us are backed up by nothing. Their own minister is saying, look at social media. Whereas India's very measured, very pinpointed attacks right from the beginning have been backed up by satellite imagery, by photographs, and now it's all coming out. Now the Pakistani, many politicians, many journalists, many opinion makers are themselves coming out. Just a day or two ago, they have said that actually India hit 7 more places than what was admitted earlier. Now they themselves are sharing pictures. Some of their influencers are sharing pictures about the air bases which have been damaged, and tarpaulins are covering, the repair work is going on. So they've understood what is what. And the message that we had gone with was very well received. Our intention also that it should not be just that Pakistan does something and there's a flare up and that's when the world gets interested. They must be prevented from recurring and prevented from moving away from this kind of policy.
Absolutely, sir. So the terror nexus stands exposed. On that note, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
With camera person Sudhanshu, I'm Kriti Mishra for Sansad Television.